Hey, it's the Casino Mark. It's 10:26 a.m. on Thursday, July 27th, 2023. And I need to tell you some fairly exciting news that happened. Something that happened yesterday. But let me back up a bit. On Tuesday, like in the afternoon and evening, I started hearing this meowing sound coming from somewhere. It wasn't my cats, and it wasn't the cat that regularly shows up on the front porch and I feed it. I heard a meowing sound coming from around like the pantry area in the kitchen. I looked in there, there was nothing. I heard it when I came out here to the dining room. I went and I stood by the sliding door over there and I listened. I heard meow, meow, meow. I don't know what it was. Okay. Well, I knew it was a cat, obviously. I didn't know where it was coming from exactly. I started hearing it again yesterday after I came home from work. Now, I had discussed it with a coworker while I was at work yesterday, and he suggested maybe a mother cat had a kitten, like underneath the mobile home, or even like in the walls somehow. I don't know. But anyway, yesterday I went and I went outside to try to figure out where this meowing was coming from. There's like two ways to like get underneath the mobile home into a little crawl space. So I opened up one of them and I left because I thought maybe it was coming from underneath there. So I left like a little tray of cat food there. It wasn't touched. I went back to check. It wasn't touched. I kept hearing the meowing. So I haven't done this in years, ever since my mom had me go under the mobile home for one reason. I don't even remember what it was. But I went and I put on like a pair of sweatpants and a sweatshirt just so I wouldn't get bitten and wouldn't get like dirt all over me. I took my cell phone and I turned on the flashlight. I crawled underneath there. I looked around, and to my right, that's where I heard the meowing coming from. I kept crawling. I kept crawling. I saw a kitten underneath the mobile home, and it was meowing, and it was in distress. Like it just kept meowing at me. It looked at me and it was meowing. I called to it, but then I saw that it was tangled up in like a bunch of like wiring, or like not wiring, like netting. Um, I couldn't get to it because there were some low hanging pipes there, so I physically could not get to the kitten. So I crawled back out and I called animal control. Okay. Um, I told them my address. They said that they would send someone out when they could. They told me to call back if the status of the kin changed. They asked me what it was doing, and I said it's in distress. It's like crying for help. So while I was waiting for animal control to show up, I kept thinking, is there something else I could do? I crawled back underneath there. It was still where it was. It couldn't move. It was like tangled up in some netting. Um, I don't know how it got there. Like if a mother had the kin like underneath the mobile home, or if the kin itself might have crawled in there somehow. I'm not sure how even, because the ways to get in there. Um, I mean, you can get in there, but you have to like unscrew and remove these coverings to get in there. So I don't know. But then I thought, well, let me try this. So I went to a tool shed, which I never use garden tools anymore because I don't do gardening work or anything like that. But I did have a fairly long hoe, like a gardening hoe. So I brought that underneath the mobile home with me. Coco's sweetie. Coco's. Anyway, so I went underneath the mobile home and I used the gardening hoe to like break the netting around the can, and some insulation or something fell on top of the can too. I was afraid to try to cut too much with it because I thought I might like hurt the can. But then I used the gardening hoe to kind of scoop up the kin and pull it for me. And then I grabbed hold of the kin and, backed out of the crawl space. It was still covered in netting, but I brought it into the house. I used a pair of scissors to cut the netting that was still around it. And then I washed the kin. I gave it a bath underneath the kitchen faucet. And I tried to position it so it could drink some water, which it did. And I put it in my bathroom along with a tray full of cat food, which I didn't know if it would eat or not because it's still a can. The food might have been too big for it. But then I wanted to call animal control again. I had just dialed them when an officer knocked on my door or rang the doorbell. I don't remember. I think he knocked. But I went out. I explained what happened. He didn't even come in to look at the kin, but I told him what happened. And I wanted to know if maybe it would be possible, instead of the officer taking the kin away, if I could just hold on to it overnight, and then the next day take it to the shelter because I wanted to adopt it. So he's like, probably. Let me call and check. And he called and he said, and then he came back to me. He was like, yeah, sure. That should be fine. He gave me like some advice of like, because it probably still needs to be nursing, but he said if I'm willing to do that, the shelter might let me take the kin back home with me, or they might want to keep the kitten, but they'll put me first on the adoption list. So he said just get like some wet kin food, and so I went to Walmart. I got some wet kin food, and that was enough for the kin for overnight. And in fact, it still hasn't eaten that much of it. There's still plenty left for it. But I checked on periodically for the rest of the evening, gave it some water to drink. Coco and Hermione notice there's the kin in the bathroom. They see the light on, but I think they see the movement of the kin underneath the door, so they know there's someone there. But yeah, I am about the shelter already, the shelter already opened like a half hour ago. But I delayed leaving for a while, mostly because I was doing other stuff. So before I take the kin to the shelter, well, first of all, last night, or technically after midnight, so early this morning, I made a video with my camera, which I will upload eventually. It contains the first video of the kin, but you guys want to see the kin now, right? Yeah? Hang on. Gotta be careful because Coco and Hermione are here. So I'm going to hold on to kin and show him or her, I don't know, briefly to you guys, and then take it back to the other side of the house and close the door so Coco and Hermione can't get to the kin. And then I'm gonna end the video and I'm gonna leave for the animal shelter. So it's a bit of a drive. It's like all the way across the county. But yeah. So yeah. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, you guys see your new house guest, right? Might become a new member of the family. Yeah, you see. Okay. Yeah, Coco and Hermione see them or see the kin, and now you will as well. Here's the kitten. Cute little kitty, yes. Is my imagination, or is the kin actually bigger than yesterday? Hmm. Cute, cute, cute kitty. Yes. Mm-hmm. So, gonna take the kitty to the shelter now. Actually, maybe I'll put in the litter box to see if it wants to, use the bathroom, and then I will take it to the shelter. Okay. Coco's looking at us intently right now. Anyway, it is 10th. Oh, well, hang on. If I'm able to bring the kin home today, hey, if I'm able to bring the kin home today, I will do a follow-up live stream. If not, then I won't. If everything goes well, and I feel that I'm going to be able to adopt the kin, I just won't do a follow-up live stream today. If there's a snag, I might do a live stream just to keep you all informed. Okay. Anyway, it is 10:40 a.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.